Guys, it's Team Umanich with another clan analysis alongside top 5 bosses. And this video is going to be on Nova Grappler, basically one of my favorite clans in the
After that one guy in the Aquaforce video said, "You niggas better do a Nova Grappler video," and I said soon. And I'm like, we will. Dang.
Yeah. But basically, a basic rundown of Nova Grapplers, it's one of the most hyper aggressive decks in the entire game.
It's a huge fan favorite.
That too, mainly that too. It focuses
Kamui's
on
deck.
Yeah. It focuses on either A, multiple restanding vanguards and rear guards, as well as either powering themselves up or just gaining additional benefits just from the sake of Novas. But one of their biggest things is the fact that they're able to at times unflip damage, like through units such as one of the original Novas that started off a certain archetype that I love so very much.
Cough, Matt.
Yeah, particularly, for example, Block Blue was one of the original units that could just unflip counter blast just for being a pressure vanguard.
Yeah.
He swings, he tackles a while he's on the vanguard circle, unflip with damage. And this also is the clan that has one of the most famous grade 1s in the game in cutout mechanic.
Yeah.
To this day,
this clan actually has one of the most support next to the Royals, Golds, and Kagura.
To this date, that card has not been made a clone.
Yeah.
Because
it's original, and it's from set 1.
It's on set 1, and it's a really general free
and
card.
It even came out, and it has a grade 2 version. What's his name? Humpty Dumpty?
Yeah, Humpty Dumpty. But you would think, Blau's better mainly because of his support and what goes through.
Yeah.
But starting with our top 5 list, I chose strongest beast deity Ethics Buster Extreme.
Why not reverse?
Why not reverse? I'll get to that after I explain what this card itself does. There's Limit Break 4. When this unit drives checks a grade 1 or greater card with beast in its card name, choose no weapon rear guard and restand it. Now, when you think about it like this, in layman's terms, every drive check does something now. So in the case of beast deities, you would generally focus on swinging with your rear guards first and getting benefits out of those drive checks. On the break right turn over Ethics Buster, who he actually is a cross ride. Ethics Buster states when he attacks the Vanguard after on the break right turn, restand your front row. In Ethics Buster Extreme's case, you can also stand your front row. In any event you don't hit trigger, you can restand your back row rear guards.
Yeah.
Now, dating back to why not Ethics Buster Reverse, it's one of the most break ride dependent cards, if not the most break ride dependent card in the game. Because without the break ride, it cannot do infinite. It cannot do the infinite.
His cost is really hefty. It's Counter Blast 2, Lock 2, and Pitch 2.
Counter Blast 2, Lock 2, Pitch 2. Not only that, if you aren't crossfitted on that particular turn, you cannot perform Infinite Hell.
Yeah, because you're only 11.
And
your rear guards won't restand.
That, and even then, there is a deck that I personally believe performs that combo better than them. But I'll get to that a little bit later. But the reason I have it on my top 5 is the fact that a card came out that lets him have his limit break the moment you ride him. And not only that, their delimiter, Beast Deity Frog Master, is a Beast Deity.
Good question. When will you be doing this deck profile?
I have no idea. Mainly because I have GB2 coming up right now, so I kind of want to focus on more.
And you're sort of trying to pick up your royal stuff as well.
That is true.
And then not only that, golds are not far from far away.
And then as far as selection coming up, I'm not going to do sure guys.
All my money is going towards getting the Ace, Big Booby Dragon Lady, Soul Saver, and the man himself, Ezel.
You got the work cut out for you, sir. Now, number 4, personally I believe one of the top best break right the entire game, Block Blue.
Yes.
LB4, you break right over him. Nova Grappler gets 10k power. Counter Blast 1, when you attack the Vanguard, stand on your rear guards.
Yeah.
It's basically an upgraded version of Ethics Buster, and it costs 1 Counter Blast, but you're playing Nova, so you generally have to kind of Counter Blast management. This particular card is in the top 5 because this card on its break ride turns, any event you're playing Novas can steal games. Mainly because you break ride over him. In this case, we'll say you break ride over Ethics Buster. I mean, I'm gonna do just for this purpose of this video.
It shows really good art.
You swing with your rear guards. Swing it at this buster, skill. Restand all your rear guards. Generally speaking, that means you have 2 more foot columns your opponent has to deal with. I'm going to go over something a little later in the video when I get more into my top 5 that people kind of feel it's a kind of flippant thing, but I'll explain why it isn't later. Now, number 3, the newest of the Nova Grappler bosses, Extreme Battle of Victor.
Vicky.
This card is terrifying.
Yeah?
Those aren't maybe in one of my previous videos. Generation Break 2. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you gain 5k power, and you choose the rear guard, you give that unit 5k power.
And it restands.
And it's on strike, and it restands. It's on strike skill. When you strike past the Vanguard, after you do the strike, counter blast 1% of the rear guard, it gains 5k power.
It's annoying.
One of the most powerful cards that works with that is none other than...
I hate him.
Yes.
Blow him up, retire.
When he reaches Victor, he becomes 19. And then in the event you're playing, say, Victim, you sit with him again, he can go up to 29. Just because you're playing Extreme Battlers. The reason he's in my top 3 right now is mainly because we got a new card out. We got a new card out legal today in Blizzard. In the event you don't have stride fodder for Victor to go into a video card, a big paper plate, you stride into Blizzard, you make 2 skills active as early as the time of your mid game starting. And this card in general, plus not only that, compared to most of the other bosses, he's searchable.
Yeah.
He's searchable like all the other stride ballers. Not only that, he has cards that strengthen his support in Kuahei. Another great.
I hate it there.
It's okay. Don't hate
I'm just surprised he's not a robot.
Can't all be robots. They're mostly aliens. They're mostly aliens anyway.
The OG ones.
The OG one indeed. And number 2, I might get. Number 2, people may drive me a little nuts over this, but I gotta give it to Ultimate Rising Mega Flare.
Is it SP?
Yes, he's an SP. Legion skill. When he's in Legion and he attacks the Vanguard, if you have 4 more rested units, he gains a crit. And then if you have a rise, if you attack against a Vanguard, and you have a Rising in your middle column, you choose a rear guard and restand it. Now, the fact of the matter is, if you have his mate, and you have a rear guard column and it's rested, you see with your Vanguard, that's 4 units.
Yeah.
That's 4 units because your mate is still a unit.
Yeah.
So this is all 4. This is 4 units right here, and he gains a crit. The reason he's on this, but you would think he only just swings with a crit. That's not all that scary. But the reason he has it is Cat Butler.
I hate that card.
Cat Butler is the reason this card is even this high on the list, because it's a problem. Because remember, what Cat Butler says, when your Vanguard didn't hit, choose a grade 2 rear guard and restand it. Cat Butler basically breaks those rules by saying your Vanguard is grade 2 as well as grade 3. And by ruling mechanics of Vanguard, if you're in Legion, both Vanguards have to be in the same state. So you restand your grade 2, you restand your grade 3. Thus, he stands up async with a crit again. But not only that, you would think, but how are you going to get the Cat Butler? You have cards like Extreme Dance, Announce, and Shout, as well as underrated stand trick and subliminal grave, who actually does do your Legion plays as well as giving you additional attack.
And you got the freaking rest 2 and draw card.
Yeah, street bouncer. And then of course you also have your Forerunner to journey plays just to get to your grade 3s. Mainly because in Cat Butler you play
like 4 to 6 grade 3s.
4 to 6 grade 3s. But recently people have actually been starting to play over Drill Ring. They would generally have Victor as their early to mid game, and then just ride it to Mega Flare later.
And finish them off.
Just so they can finish them off. And number 1,
you can't tell from the mat,
is none other
and the sleeves.
Galaxy Blau Kluger. Limit Break 4, when your Blau or rear guard Vanguard hit, Counter Blast 2, drop 2, restand this whole column. The reason he's terrible. Now, the thing about him, you think about him is, it's not just the fact that it's his own thing. The fact that his entire sub-planet itself, so to speak, are all block loopers. And then, not only that, they have Morgan Rot to do boosting. They have Morgan Rot to do put in work for you. Because Morgan Rot himself says, when your Blau Vanguard hits, kind of last one, check top 3 for a Blau. And this Forerunner, as one of my teammates Chase Ford says, he calls this Cold Threat Omega Red. If you can play a controller that can retire this thing, you do it immediately.
Yes.
Because one of the scariest things about
Or Gatling Claw.
one of the scariest things about this deck is that it can sit at grade 2 and continue to punch your face in. Why is that a big deal? Stride and Legion need both Vanguard, both players to be at grade 3. In the case of this, in the case of Blau, I have one unflipped damage. This field becomes a threat because if you let this hit, I'm getting off 3 effects with 1 counter blast. But in the particular thing about that is, Galaxy Blaufluger will be a relevant card mainly because like his clanmate in Extreme, he can also use Delimiter. So
he makes him scarier. I hate you.
So in the event,
at 2 damage, he's always live.
At 2 damage, he's live, and then 2 damage, he's live, and my rear guards that have Blau in the name also become live as well. So if you're grade 3, if you're grade 2 and I'm grade 3, you have to block these 9K or 16K
Pretty
columns.
much, he becomes like the end. But yeah,
he becomes like the end, but at the same time, you're more likely to end up blocking 3 attacks. Now, a pretty good question people might think of: why isn't Immortal Kai on this top list?
Vonnie, calm down. Immortal Kai is great.
Lying to me. You
Hey,
lied to me. Don't lie to
But the particular reason for that is because the fact Mon's on this list. Mon's the reason Immortal Kai came back in the first place.
True.
Because without a Mon play, Kaiser can't get is where he wants to be. Because his samurai counterparts, they would have to bank on Kaiser hitting those grade 3s to reset. Whereas Mon takes the job for him and then makes those columns bigger than they already would have been.
Yeah.
But on top, Perfect Riser was a choice, but the problem is that's an entirely different deck. He would honestly be an honorable mention because he could already swing with a crit as long as you play a Riser deck. But
yes, but if you don't have a Risers on the field and you play against a control deck, when you rise him, oh no, I don't have my crit.
That's true, but at the same time, with the decks that would play certain boss monsters, that requires a full Riser deck, which most people won't play because they'd rather go to the cat Riser area. And of course, one of my favorite mentions as well. He's not a boss monster, but every deck can use it. Video cards are big plasma.
I hate him. Why?
And keep in mind, the unit you shot over, you gain his name. So meaning
that guy's going off.
Meaning, if you let him hit at any time, Morgan Rock can plus off him if I'm
Code
over
Red.
If I'm
What was
over
it?
Galaxy
Code what?
or Mon.
Code what?
Code level Omega Threat Red.
Code level Omega Threat Red. Yes, he is.
And not only that, the only difference is he's a Galaxy just that can restand on his own regardless of what the rear guards are. But not only that, he swings for 26 by himself.
Twice.
Hate you. But that's basically my Nova Grappler list. That's basically my Nova Grappler top 5 list. You can like, subscribe, shoot any comments, or have any questions about my list. That's Team Ubermensch, and we're signing out.
Whoa.